Good afternoon, EasyEquity users and investors. Today we have got Warren Ingram here with us, talking about his next world portfolio and just what the portfolio is all about. As you know, EasyEquities launched bundles, which is managed portfolios, and we are very happy to have Warren on the platform as a bundle provider. Warren, welcome very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Warren, talk to us a little bit about the portfolio. What does it entail? Why Next World?
So when I look at investing in shares globally, one of the things that strikes me is it's very hard to get investors to buy shares and then stay in them for a long period of time. And I think often it's very hard for an investor to connect with a company, let's just say kind of a ACG. What does that mean? And what am I buying? So one of the philosophies we had when we put a portfolio like this together was to say, let's understand what investors are actually buying themselves, what products are they buying, what services are they using, how they're watching their media content, what phones are they using, and where is the world going to. And then could we find businesses and companies that are investable that represent those kinds of services and technologies and clothes and everything else. And then more specifically, are there any that are still well priced and actually offer a good investment price? So that's what the Next World portfolio is all about, is to say, let's look at where the world is, literally the world is going. Who's developing and reinventing the world on a global basis? And what are those companies and what do they look like? And then how do we invest in them on a sustainable basis?
Okay.
And what I'm hoping is that when we get a nice big market drop, investors will stay invested because they're going to say, I'm still wearing that shoe brand, I'm still wearing my Nikes, I'm still wearing my Under Armour clothes, I'm still playing my games for Activision, whatever the deal is.
Yeah.
And so the fact that the price of the shares dropped doesn't mean that the business has become lousy, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people to connect to the business and not just the share price that trundles around.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like brand exposure. Giving investors exposure to brands that they know and use and love every single day, but also looking at future brands which might become bigger.
Absolutely, and also sometimes older brands that have reinvented themselves. So I mean, one of the companies in there is a very old business, Boeing, the guys that make airplanes. And you'd say to yourself, but I mean, surely that's not a next world, that's a last world, last year business, but it's reinventing itself. We're seeing travel, for example, taking off. So if you look at the Chinese and the Indian tourist market, it's absolutely booming. So a company that can take advantage of a new trend and a new way of doing things would also fit in. But critically was, we weren't just going to go and buy businesses that were absolutely growing and everyone loved and were ridiculously priced. Okay. So we are worried about price. That doesn't mean that we're going to find companies that are necessarily dirt cheap, but they're high growth and offering at least fair to sort of some sort of reasonable value.
Okay, 100%. So let's talk. I just want to touch quickly on the fourth industrial revolution, sort of stocks and shares and what that means. I mean, it's the new buzzword, fourth industrial revolution. Yeah. What does that sort of entail?
I think you're right, it's a buzzword, and so that means it's already been abused and misunderstood, and everyone tries to apply it to everything. But I think in its core as a theme, it's about saying how do we do things better, more efficiently, faster, and in a way that complements what we do as human beings. So I think a lot of the time now people are using this as a threat to say, it's going to take jobs away, and suddenly we're going to be in a space where people are just going to lose jobs. And I don't think that's the case. I think it's a case of saying, yes, there will be some industries and some job segments that will be replaced, and it actually should be replaced. Yeah. But it allows human beings to apply their mind better, more efficiently, and to get away from judging, so kind of doing mundane data capturing, for example. I mean, human beings shouldn't be data capturing. That should be something that's just gone. And also ways to make our lives easier. So already, I mean, I don't drive at night, especially on the weekends.
Yeah.
That happens for me. It's a service. Someone's got a job now, maybe not a full-time 24/7 job, but it's something that they do in conjunction with something else. And that's a great service.
Yes.
And I can't help think, yes, that person, that driver might lose their job one day because my car will just drive for me. But that means it creates freedom for people to do more different things, because let's face it, driving is boring when you're just doing it for commuting and traffic. And if we could stop that and we can make the world more efficient, that's kind of, I think, how the fourth industrial revolution should be.
Make it efficient for everyone. Warren, so I have just recently received your TFSA and retirement annuity portfolios as well, which we are very excited about. Would you mind sharing a little bit of your ideas and inspiration around the new portfolios?
So we're a bit slow on the job there. I'm sorry to everybody. We should have done it a long time ago. I think a couple of things. One, even with this next portfolio, just to link the two, even in there, we have 40% of that portfolio is linked to indexed investments, and that why that ties in with the TFSA and the RA routes is that we think you need to have a good passive exposure in your portfolio. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. I think a complement is good. But in our view, the whole partnership with EasyEquities is all about saying, how do we make investments approachable to new people that are coming into the investment world, giving them a good experience, which means, yes, number one, how you open and create and manage your account is easy, but that's half the story. The other half of the story is, this hard-earned savings that you're building, how do you get that most tax efficiently, and how do you get actual capital growth? A lot of the people that are EasyEquities clients have been in the position where for 5 years they haven't really seen the stock market grow. And our view is that's about to change. I think that we're in the next 12 or 18 months we're going to see the stock market helping you while you've been saving on a monthly basis. And we need that tailwind to see everyone grow. So the launch of the TFSA and the RA is not about it's not about saying a timing issue about now that now the market's going to grow, let's launch these products. It's just that we needed to do a whole lot of other stuff first. But we're in the process now where we can say, as a business, Galileo Capital has a really specific way of doing things, and we found a way to be able to replicate that for potentially thousands, if not millions, of people on the Easy platform, and now we're ready to be able to offer that and roll it out to not just the really high net worth people in the country. We can now roll it out to people that can save $50 a month. That's what's so exciting for me.
That's absolutely wonderful. I mean, our clients love our bundle providers, specifically because each one of them, and like Galileo Capital, brings their own expertise to the table and offer these products to all of our clients, making it easy to understand, easy language, open, transparent, and cost-effective. So we are very excited for the retirement annuity and the TFSA to come on board. Warren, is there anything else that you
No, I think we just need to tell everybody, investors everywhere, that this has been a difficult time. Don't lose faith, don't lose patience with markets. If you're buying in and you're doing your monthly savings and you're just watching it go nowhere, just remember you're buying great assets at a low price now. And sometimes the best way to get a return is just simply keep going, stick at it, and be patient, and then just watch how your money starts to make more money for you. So that's really the big message now. Even if you don't buy our bundles, that's okay. As long as you're saving and you're sticking it out now, that's the behavior that I think we need to get. That's the secret to Warren Buffett, right? It's not that he was a genius, but he wasn't just a genius. He stuck it out and he was disciplined, and that's what we need our investors to do.
100%. Thank you very much, Warren. We will be launching the new TFSA and retirement annuities very shortly. We will make a big bang of it, and once we hit our first million, I promise you, we will have a little party bus experience like we usually do. Just have a little drink and then celebrate the fact that Galileo Capital is making investing easy for everyone on the platform. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much.